What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, CEO, MTS Nutrition. With this Blandia thing, the Sean Roden thing, and all the stuff going around about domestic abuse in this industry. For Larry Wheels, who honestly is the hottest thing to come from this industry for a long time. The guy's breaking records, doing bodybuilding shows. He's essentially, other than his recent bicep tear, been shown to be completely unfazed by anything. The guy's just plowing through life. I mean, he's the man, he's the guy, gets the big sponsorships, his channel is blowing up on YouTube, his Instagram's on fire, and he had this relationship with, the lady's name is King C, and I guess after 5 years it broke off. I listened to this video, be honest with you, I couldn't watch the whole thing. It was that graphic. The audio recordings of what Larry, I still have to say allegedly did, until it's proven in court of law due process. But here's one of the recordings, and I'll go into what's going on.
I'm not moving. I'm not moving. Don't touch
This is
me.
mine. You all right?
This is mine.
Do you fucking understand? You understand me? Do you fucking understand me?
All right, I've been in some arguments with my wife in the last 23 years, but none of them have gotten to that level. There was crying, I mean, you get that tense stuff in your voice. And Larry's a young man. He is 23, I believe, years old. And I gotta admit, when I was a younger man, I had trouble controlling myself, my emotions, but I never got physical with a female. So I do understand how you can get out of control. One thing I didn't do when I was in my early 20s is steroids. So I'm gonna say something that's a bit uncomfortable that a lot of people are not gonna like, but if someone already is predisposed to anger issues or mental issues, I believe steroids can absolutely exacerbate the problems. I've seen it happen. I've had employees we had to fire because of how they acted on steroids, because they're lashing out their attitude, become completely lazy. I've seen, especially with compounds that are very harsh, like oral compounds, Anadrol, which strength athletes tend to use a lot of. Trenbolone, another favorite of strength athletes, things that Larry does. Not saying he does those compounds, but just saying that, you know, that can definitely, I'm not saying you could take the most docile, nice, kind human being in the world, give them Anadrol and Trenbolone and have them punch women. What I'm saying is, if you already have someone who is right on the border of having some mental issues or some personality defects that have them with a tendency to attack women, I do think those are extremely gonna affect that situation. When I was prepping and when I was bodybuilding and I would take compounds, and I've tried Trenbolone, I've tried Anadrol, and with Trenbolone, Trenbolone is absolutely, it's horrible. Like, it is a very harsh drug. It affects your sleep. It affects your brain hormones by affecting your sleep. Whether they're exclusive of each other, I don't know. When you affect sleep, you affect a lot of things, including your ability to reason, including your ability to react, your ability to handle stress. It just makes you on edge, ornery, angry. It's not a good drug. It's extremely stressful to the body. Anadrol is extremely hepatotoxic. And then you throw in things like a lot of strength athletes use halotestin. Halotestin is a drug that is extremely harsh, that is extremely hepatotoxic, and has extreme effects on both aggression and strength. So I'm not saying that these drugs caused, by the way, this is a coffee smoothie I made with MTS Whey. It's ice, MTS Whey, espresso flavor, and coffee. Just in case you're wondering what I'm sipping on. And a poop emoji. I'm gonna be real, man. Like, this video was sent to me by my friend, Mac Truck. He's like, dude, you gotta hear this shit. And I'm like, wow. So I was at boxing with my kids, because I take my kids in boxing. I believe it's another avenue I'm going to get into. I'm going to talk about that and how to mitigate some anger issues. If you do tend to be an angry person, like I used to have a bad anger problem when I was a kid. Never to the point of striking women, but I used to get in a lot of fights, and I used to have bad social issues because of it. And I think that one thing we need to look at. I was at boxing and I'm like, hey Mac, can I watch this with my kids in the car on the way home? He's like, no, because I was gonna pipe it through the speakers. I thought it was just like, oh, he was mean to me, he cheated on me, whatever. He's like, dude, bro, wait till you get home. So I waited till I got home and I listened to it on my headphones. I'm sitting across. I listened to about 10 minutes of it. It's a 17-minute video. And my wife sits right across from me at that desk over there. She's out helping the kids with some stuff now. It's actually 5:30, so she's clocked out. And I said, Katie, I'm like, we need to sell these companies and get out of this industry. I'm so fed up with this industry. I'm so fed up with the bullshit that goes on in this industry. I am sick and tired of this shit. I mean, I know that women get beaten in other industries. I know that there's douchebags in all walks of life, and I'm hoping there's some explanation for what we just heard to exonerate Larry Wheels, because I'm a fan. But this is just, for lack of better terms, it's beating me down. This week has been mentally and emotionally stressful as a father of a daughter. I'm gonna be real. Like, if I didn't have my daughter, I would not probably care as much. I don't want to sound self-centered or rude, but like, this is happening. And regardless of how much, like, let's go back to boxing. My kids are involved in boxing, and so am I, because I want my kids, my daughter, my son who's undersized, my other son, I want them to learn self-discipline, self-control, but if they have to use it, I want them to be able to defend themselves. And my daughter, she deadlifts 295 pounds. She boxes. I mean, she's a beast, but she's not a man. And it pains me to think that one day I'm watching this girl, what if that's my daughter, And these guys get so caught up in their egos. And I've been there, man. I have. I got caught up in my own ego back in, it caused a lot of issues in my life. I never got to that level, but I got to a level of stupidity. But we're not all perfect. We make mistakes, but man, hitting a woman, man, that's not just a mistake, dude. That's just some pussy shit. I don't care how much, if he really did this, and we have to give due process. Like, he has not been convicted. You can't, but if he did this, man, I don't care how much weight he lifts. I don't care how big, bad, and strong he is. He's a little fucking bitch. He could probably beat my ass. Well, Marc, you could beat your ass. That's fine. Last time I checked, we don't measure manhood by who can beat whose ass. Or else the greatest man in the world would probably be a professional boxer. Right now, Ruiz, as a heavyweight champion, would be the greatest man. He'd be the ruler of the free world. But that's not how it works. Men aren't built around this shit, man. A man's job is to provide, to protect. A man's job is not to hit a woman. There's never a reason to strike a woman. You walk away. When you get mad, punch a wall. Fix it later. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I've been upset. If you all have ever been in relationships, like the first 7 years of Katie and I, before we had Cammie, like, till we were 25. So that was the first year. Shit, we've been together a long time. It was the first 8, 9 years. We didn't have one argument. After we had Cammie, we started to argue a little bit. Things get heated. So we either walk out of the situation, walk away, throw a lamp at something. Just don't hit your wife. Don't hit your girlfriend. And how this is okay, and how, if this Buendia shit is true, think about it. Think about it. If it's true, and that's a big if, okay? I'm not stating, again, I used him as an example of why Roden was being unfairly treated. If this shit is true, he's done this to multiple women on multiple occasions. That's some sociopathic shit right there. He doesn't just need help. He needs to be fucking incarcerated, because we can't let him out in society to hurt women. Okay? I'm against hitting anybody. I'm a non-aggression kind of guy. I love boxing. I love sparring 1 to 2 times a week. Look, this right here, it's going away. I fight. I like it. I'm not very good at it, but I believe it's a human primal instinct to combat, to fight. But it's not a human instinct to beat your girlfriend. That's just a bitch move. At the end of the day, men are bigger, stronger. We have thicker hands, bigger bones, more muscle density. We have better reaction time. We're faster. You really think, we joke around, you really think if I wanted to beat Katie's ass, she could put up a fight? No. Why would I assert dominance on somebody who can't even fight back? That is the biggest cowardly bitch move anyone can do. I'll be real, if you're with somebody for a long, and they were together 5 years, Larry Wheels and his girlfriend, man, 5 years. If you've ever been in a long-term relationship, you'll understand, you get madder and you say the meanest things to that person that you can possibly say. I've said some shit to Katie that I wish I could take back. I was never quite as irate as Larry was allegedly in that video, but I've been irate. I've been mad, I've yelled, I've slammed doors. She's done the same. That's what humans do. But we're past that stage, man. We've evolved, right? Like, I love when vegans go, oh man, we're just gorillas. No, we're not. And I could say we're just bacteria or amoebas. Shut the fuck up. We're evolved human beings with these big ass fucking brains. We should know better. We should be able to control ourselves. If it was just one time with allegedly Jeremy and allegedly Larry, I'd be like, all right, you know, it happens. Don't ever do it again. Repent, and hopefully you didn't hurt anybody. But if this was a regular thing, ongoing physical abuse, I got nothing. But I'm disappointed in this industry. I'm disappointed in channels like RX Muscle that kind of swept what Jeremy allegedly did under the rug and almost shamed those girls. I'm ashamed of this fucking industry. With the Outright Bar, I'm lucky, I'm in different industries now, man. Like, we're in 20,000 plus gas stations and C-stores. We're gonna be in more grocery stores, like Giant Eagle starting in October. So I got other things but this industry, but this industry's been good to me. It's been really good, but right now, these crop of young kids, man, they ain't got no respect. They have no respect, and unfortunately, the young kids out there are looking up to these kids, and they're setting a horrible example. I don't know what I wanted to get out of this video, but everybody keeps asking me to do a video on Larry Wheels because I did a video on Jeremy Buendia. What do you expect me to say? If he did this, he's a piece of shit. I couldn't listen to our whole video. I just couldn't. But I hope there's an explanation for this. It doesn't look too good. Anyway, guys, let me know your thought. Comment down below. Subscribe to this channel. Click on that little bell thingy, whatever. Or don't. That's not a game.